welcome to another video, or if this is your first video of mine, hey, how you doing? Today, as you can tell from the title of this video, I'm giving you another one of them incoherent book babbles about a book that I not so relatively recently finished. This book right here, An Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson. This was my last book of 2017. I finished this on New Year's Eve, so it's been a while. So this is going to be incredibly incoherent, just going to make it quick and snappy. This isn't going to be a long one. I asked if people wanted a book babble on it. A couple of people said yes, so this is for you guys that wanted it. I gave it 4 stars. I read it pretty quickly because it's tiny. This is actually only, it's 300 pages. No, not even that, because that's the acknowledgements. 297 pages. This is an incredibly quick read. It's tiny. Also, pacing-wise, it all happens over a short period of time, so it's quite just easygoing reading-wise. It's written in first person from our main character's point of view, Isabel. First person for me can sometimes be slightly problematic because as first person you're reading someone's thoughts, and the things that are said in first person, no one would ever actually think those things. So sometimes first person can be problematic. I don't recall noticing anything like that in this, but it could well have been there. So anyway, this book is about Isabel, who is a portrait artist for the fairy realm, pretty much. She paints their portraits. She lives in a place called Whimsy, which I thought was a lovely name. Everything was very atmospheric in this. The place of Whimsy was very atmospheric, and all the fairy courts were very atmospheric. I enjoyed it for that. So she lives in Whimsy and she paints portraits of the important fays, the fey nobility, I suppose. So the fairyland, very similar to A Court of Thorns and Roses, is split into realms based on seasons. So we see the most of your spring and your autumn court in here, but the winter and summer lands are there as well. Very similar to ACOTAR. There's a lot in here that's similar to ACOTAR, with our main character Isabel being an artist. Obviously Feyre is an artist. She is kind of whisked away into the fairylands for doing something wrong, same as with Feyre. Love story ensues, human and fairy, same in ACOTAR. There are a lot of similarities between them. So there's that to consider. I don't really know how original any of this is. Kind of felt a bit like a retelling of ACOTAR, to be honest. But I enjoyed it. For its enjoyment levels, I gave it 4 stars. Looking back on it now, probably deserved slightly less than that. I am a bit of a spare of the moment rater. Looking back on it, I probably would give it 3 because of that lack of originality. It's a story that you've heard before if you've read ACOTAR, and also for such a short book, there wasn't a lot of development. There was, no character development for our main character here. We learn more about the love interest, Rook. There's more of, a character development with him, but I suppose that's because we're learning more about him because we meet him when Isabel does, so, you learn more about him. In terms of our main characters, there wasn't really much going on. And to be fair, for the majority of the plot, there wasn't much going on. But this is under 300 pages. I feel like so much more could have been developed with this if it was just a bit longer. I don't know if they were going for it to be small or whatnot, but there's so much potential for it to be more than it is if they just built on some things. As I say, the atmosphere I really enjoyed. It was kind of that whimsy atmosphere, which was great. Exploring the Feylands was great. The magic and the glamours and stuff of the Fae was great. I enjoyed all of that. I enjoyed the love story. It was cute, but there wasn't much else going on. And how it ended was a bit it was a bit far-fetched, and it kind of felt like they just wanted to wrap it up, so they just put together what fit, and it worked, so they left it like that. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I definitely think looking back on it, it deserves fewer stars than I gave it. 3. I'm going to reduce my star rating to a 3 because I don't think it deserves a 4-star. There's just not that much going for it. The cover is beautiful. I say there's not much going for it. There is still stuff going for it. I still enjoyed it. The writing was still nice. It was a fast-paced read. It was full of magic and it was a great atmosphere, but it's too small for there to be any great development on what there needed to be development on. Does that make sense? So yeah, incredibly quick little babble on this. I haven't really got much else to say. This has kind of been a bit of a like revelation for myself. Maybe I didn't enjoy this as much as I thought I did. Looking back on it, I don't reckon. But it was an enjoyable, pleasurable read in terms of like, it was light. It was nothing heavy. It was quick. You know, it got to the point, but there could have been so much more done with it. If only they had like double the length of the book, maybe make it a 600-page book and explore more, like explore the lands more, build the lands more for us. Give us some more development on Isabel, because like, I'm gonna leave it at that. Quick babble. Haven't really got much else to say. I just wanted to throw something out there to explain what I thought the issues were with this. That's that. Very quick. Sorry it was so quick and so incoherent, but as I said, it's been a while since I read it, so I'm really only just remembering the basics about it. If you want to like discuss in depth more with me about this book, feel free to drop me a message or whatever. But yeah, I am gonna leave it at that for this. I hope you have sort of enjoyed. Feel free to chat to me down below, and yeah, I will see you next time. Bye!